Hi, it's Angie Uttecht, broker owner of Ace. Done a long, long time. And when I first heard that you had written a book, I'm like, geez, I didn't know you were a writer. How did that all come about?
Well, I had written books years ago when I worked at Washington Elementary School. I was in the library and I would read books to the children, and I thought I could do this. So actually, my first book that came out, this thing called Kindergarten, and my book that will be coming out next Wednesday, March 25th, Just to See You Smile. I had written those, as I said, probably 27 years ago.
Wow.
And then I was visiting with my daughter from Colorado, and she told me that she was going to publish a book. And I said, "Oh, that's something I've always wanted to do. I've always had a desire to do it. I had these two started, but I just never pursued publishing them." She said, "Well, Mom, my publisher also does children's books. So let me connect you with her." And one thing led to another. And I have my third book coming out this month.
So, did your daughter know that you had written these books or were interested in writing? Did she know anything about
No,
it?
no, she did not.
Did you know she was going to write a book until she told you?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I knew that she wanted to do that. Her book is a nonfiction memoir of her life. And so she had talked about doing it for quite some time.
I find that story just so amazing. That's awesome. So the writing for children, was that always in the back of your mind, or just because because you were at Washington Elementary School, or what made you want to write for children?
I think it was just because I was in an elementary setting. And as I said, being the years that I worked in the library reading to the children, I loved it. And I loved watching them get excited. Certain books that they could read along, chime in and read along. And I just enjoyed that so much. That's just a wonderful memory.
Oh, that's cool. So, what message or do you have memories of just reading the books to the children and what that meant to them? Um, just lighting up in their eyes, or do you remember any comments they might have made while you're reading books to them that inspired you? Or
Just how they would giggle,
yeah.
and obviously some elementary books or, juvenile books are funnier or more creative, but just watching them get excited and laugh and giggle, and that's what made it so much fun.
So tell us a little bit about each of your books, and then we'll talk about how the whole process works and when you can get a copy and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, well, my first book, this thing called Kindergarten, again, I had written that probably 27 years ago. That is dedicated to Diane Swisher. Um, Diane was a kindergarten teacher at Washington. She's a legend in my mind, and just was a fabulous woman to work with and became a wonderful friend to me. But so just things that we did in her classroom when I was her paraeducator, um, that's what I wrote the book about. The great memories of what we did at Thanksgiving, the great memories of the Christmas parties and Valentine's parties, just all of the fun we had together. So that book definitely came from my experiences working with Diane, and I dedicated that with all my love to her. My second book, Pester Lester, the Mischievous Moose, is dedicated to my dad. I used to call him Pester Lester. His name obviously was Lester, but I called him Pester Lester. And I don't know, I just liked that. I thought it had a neat ring to it. And so that's kind of where that book stemmed from. And then my third book that will come out next Wednesday, Just to See You Smile, is dedicated to my daughter Chelsea, because as a parent, we like to see our children happy. We like to see our children laugh, smiling, and we like to hear their laughter. So that's kind of what's behind all three of the books. And then as soon as Just to See You Smile comes out, then I will pursue, I've been working on a My Cancer Journey memoir, and I'm about halfway there. They would like 50,000 words in, I'm about halfway there. So, but that is my goal. As soon as Just to See You Smile is out, just
Wow.
get myself disciplined, back to working on that, writing on that. But obviously, it's not near as much fun to write as a children's book.
So 50,000 words. So how many pages in like an average book is that then?
Oh, I'm going to be guessing here, but between 300 and 400 pages.
It's a lot of words.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Well, this is so exciting. So again, there's kind of a whole process to it. We're going to encourage people to like and share this video, and we're going to give away 10 ebooks. So tell us a little bit about the first is ebooks, and that they really want. We would really like you to once you get that ebook to be sure to go out and give a review, a good one, of course. Of course, we would give you a good review, and then that just helps feed on each other and sells more and more books, obviously.
Correct. The Just to See You Smile ebook will be available next Wednesday and Thursday. So 2 days. And just as you said, purchase of an ebook for $2.99. Those first 2 days, it will be at a reduced rate of $2.99. And then it goes up to $9.99 on the third day. But purchasing the ebook at $2.99 and writing preferably a 5-star review is exactly what boosts books to become a bestseller.
And you've got a couple of your books that have been published, of course,
I do.
sitting here.
Yes.
So we're going to, again, encourage you to like and share this video. And also then we'll draw on the 24th.
Okay.
And we'll get those ebooks, and then we'll get whoever is the winner, of course, we'll get their email addresses, because I'm sure since it's an ebook, it goes via email.
Right.
So we'll
right.
go ahead and do that. But while before we close out, maybe just read a couple words of one of your books. Now, I know I didn't tell you we were going to do that, but I think that'd be kind of fun.
That's okay. Absolutely. I'll just read a little bit. I won't get into it very far, but just a little bit of this thing called Kindergarten. Again, dedicated to Diane. This wasn't a hard book to write because, as I said, so much of what's in the book is what we did day to day in the classroom, So, rise and shine, says Mama. You don't want to be late. It's your first day of kindergarten, and it's going to be great. Annie groans her best groan and sighs her best sigh, and try as she might, she cannot figure out why she has to get up so early, why she has to go to school. Is it really that necessary? Is it really that cool? And then I'm just going to skip to the end.
Well, I know just when, my kids went to kindergarten, everybody kind of remembers dropping your kid off to kindergarten. I mean, even for a parent, especially your first one, it just kind of hurts your heart. And
right.
So something like this to say, even to parents, like, hey, it's going to be okay.
Yeah, yeah. Every day at school is special. Kindergarten is the place to be. Annie's excited to tell Mama all about it and share the things she gets to see. Each day when school is over, Annie feels a little sad. After all, this thing called kindergarten. Yes, I remember the first day of school, and they would cry and cry and cry. And Diane just handled that situation so beautifully. She would just say, bye, Mom, bye. And so,
love it. Yeah, why don't we read a little bit of Pastor Lester?
All right.
I want to hear about your dad.
Lester wasn't a mischievous moose. He wasn't a mean moose. He just liked to play little tricks on his friends. He liked to pester them, and that is exactly how he got the name Pester Lester. Every morning when he was leaving for school, his mother, Mary Moose, would say, Have a wonderful day, Lester, and remember, treat others the way you want to be treated. I love you. I know, Mama. I love you too. Pastor Lester would yell back as he ran out the door, all the while thinking about what he would play on his friends that day.
A trickster.
Yes, he's a
You
little.
don't get any of that from your dad.
No.
You can tell. Well, much. And
Absolutely.
just a reminder, like and share. We're going to draw for winners of the ebook on the 24th.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that's pretty good. Sorry if I threw things at you you didn't expect.